Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Bucket List, and on today's show, I'm here at Stamford Bridge, the famous home of Chelsea Football Club. One of the oldest stadiums in the country, and technically the national stadium before Wembley was invented, Stamford Bridge is home to the famous Chelsea Football Club. The Blues, the pensioners, the pride of London. This stadium holds 41,837, but you'd be forgiven for thinking that it holds significantly more. So, when you come towards the stadium, I'm here outside the Britannia Gate, it looks as big and imposing as it does on the TV. Especially here at the West Stand, there's plenty of things to see, such as this cool banner, and be sure to check out the main statue on the West Stand. Yes, this is the giant statue of one of their greatest heroes, Mr. Pete Osgood. Anyway, to start the tour, you'll need to go to your left and towards the Stadium Tours and Museum building right here. Now you can buy tickets on the day, but I highly recommend that you pre-book. Once you pick up your tickets, you get a cool photo opportunity with 2 European Cups. Let's see how these look. And oh my god, I've grown a gut. Seriously, is that how I look? Go through the circular tunnel and up the lift, and you'll come out into the Chelsea Museum, where it was pretty obvious that I'm wearing the wrong colour.
Oh, what's wrong with this?
Honestly, it was light-hearted banter, but there's this one lady, right here, who obviously didn't approve of my choice of garment. Oh well, moving on. It's actually quite an expansive museum. There's plenty of things to see, such as this scale model of Stamford Bridge when it was originally built, Stamford Bridge in its current configuration. There's even a model of what Stamford Bridge is going to look like in the future. That's an interesting design. The best part of the museum is actually looking at the amount of silverware that they've won. So, their 5 Premier League trophies, which is still 8 short of Manchester United's, and their 8 FA Cups, which is still 6 short of Arsenal's. No disrespect. But still a pretty good haul. Trophies that I've never even heard of. I mean, what's this thing here? International Champions Cup. That's a funny looking cup. Have a look at the wall of shirts, and it's easy to forget that they've had some amazing kits over the years. They've even got a video presentation wall. The tour actually starts in the museum. One of the more unique things that I've never come across is that here you get photo opportunities with match-worn items. So here's Mason Mount's game-worn England shirt, which is kinda cool. You get a short talk about the Champions League winning season in 2012. So here's the cup, and here are all the game-worn shirts and boots, which makes an awesome display. You also get a talk about various things that you may have missed whilst walking around yourself, such as the fact that Chelsea originally wore teal, not royal blue, and the fact that Chelsea traditionally attracts celebrity fans. Boy, she was a bonny girl back in the day. After a short talk about the future of Chelsea Football Club, it's now time to go down the stairs, out of the building, and into the Matthew Harding stand, where you'll go up a flight of steps and actually look at the stadium for the first time. Now, the sightlines here are actually pretty good, but for some reason you don't stay here an awful lot. In fact, we're moving already. So if you are going to take photos and videos, especially if you want to take it from the Matthew Harding stand, be very quick about it. But whilst walking towards the middle of the stadium, you can appreciate the fact that this stadium has some pretty damn good views. And yes, they've put the green dots there because of COVID. Now for some reason, we don't stay here for very long in the middle of the pitch either, so I think there's something that he's leading us to. But if you're quick enough, you can get all the photos and videos you can just from the short walk between the Matthew Harding stand and the middle of the field. Anyway, down the steps you go and into the press room. Traditionally, this is where all the press conferences happen, but because of COVID, they've actually repurposed this to be the players' massage area. But this doesn't detract from the fact that this is actually a cool room, and when things return to normal, I'm sure it'll be a press room again. You even get photo opportunities with you sitting in the press conference area. Thanks, dude. After you've done that, it's time to walk into the player interview area, which, believe it or not, is a lot smaller than you think it is. Next up is the home changing room, and boy, is this how big it is? It's massive! This is bigger than 2 changing rooms put together. I mean, even the warm-up area is massive. Seriously, the camera angle here really doesn't do it justice. It's pretty palatial in here. Once you walk into the dressing room, feel free to take lots of pictures of all the shirts that are hanging on the wall, and check out Chelsea's new kit for this season. Nah, I've seen better ones. And yes, I am laughing hysterically behind my mask at this guy. Hahaha. This is a very nicely presented dressing room, and pay attention to the tour guide because he tells you some very interesting facts about this place. So after checking out the shower facilities, it's now time to go into the players' tunnel and walk out onto the field to the tune of Chelsea's walk-on music. And by the way, don't forget to wave at the camera, because 20 seconds later it appears on the big screen. Just like this guy. Check out this loser right here. Future in here, you're halfway through the video, and let me tell you about the upcoming competition to win this Chelsea goodie bag that I bought at the Chelsea Club Shop. Stick around until the end of the video to find out more, but in the meantime, back to the tour. So the views from the middle of the field are actually quite incredible. You get to sit in the Chelsea dugout, or the away team's dugout if you want to, and I'm tempted to run into the middle of the field, not because I want to touch the grass, but because it's blazing hot today. Seriously, it's like 35 degrees Celsius out there, and it is boiling. But anyway, there's plenty of cool stuff to see whilst you're down here. Be sure to check out some of the cool signs and some of the interesting banners. And this is a good opportunity to ask your tour guide questions. Speaking of tour guides, let me introduce you to Len. Len has been a proud servant of Chelsea Football Club for over 21 years, and he was an excellent tour guide. Not only was he incredibly knowledgeable, but we had a few bits of banter along the way.
Straightforward, black and white, that's it. No, can't do many jokes, because obviously this will be online around the world, and I've been here 21 years, the longest serving tour guide, and then I lose my job because it's so.
Clever guy.
They did want to use Old Trafford, but they said it's just a little bit too far.
If you do get Len as part of your tour, honest to God, you're going to have a fantastic time. So anyway, let's walk out of the sun, because we're all kind of dying here. It really is that hot out here today. And we walk up one of the corners where the away fans generally sit. To be honest, if you're an away fan and you sit here, it's a pretty damn good view. I mean, look at that. I'm actually relieved to be out of the sun a little bit here, and Len actually gives us a little bit of a talk about the various London rivalries. You also get to find out a little bit about their Premier League winning seasons, and you get to learn about the history of the evolution of the Chelsea badge, which, from a graphic design point of view, I think they have one of the best logos in all of football. But anyway, no time to admire that, because you then step out into the shed end. This is where all the fanatical Chelsea supporters sit. I can imagine that it gets pretty loud here. You get to learn some interesting facts about the stadium here, and various photo opportunities. It's hard to imagine that this place only holds 41,000, because it looks significantly bigger than that. Ask whatever questions you need to ask, because after that, it's pretty much the end of your tour. They'll lead you down the stairs and out of the exit, where you'll come across the Chelsea shop.
Mr. Mayhew.
Hey, how's it going? All right?
Great, I like your
Good.
theme.
Thanks.
If I could just get you some
I appreciate your honesty.
Now the Chelsea shop is actually pretty damn cool. They've got lots of shirts for you to buy, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And one of the cool things that the shop has is that it has replicas of the trophies that they've won. Seriously, they should include this in more shops, but this is the only one I've seen it in. Look at that display, it's pretty damn awesome. But before you go, I highly recommend that you take a walk around the stadium. You'll see some interesting cool things like the shed wall, which is kind of like a hall of fame with all of their greatest players. Didier Drogba, Ron Chopper Harris. Boy, he was a hell of a player. And let's see who we've got over here. Oh, it's a former Arsenal player. Right. Check out the hotel and the sports bar and grill located on one side of the stadium. And you can check out the player and match officials' entrances as well. Chelsea Health Club and Spa. They have one of those here? Oh my god, they do. It's right on site. Boy, this place has everything.
Okay, Nin, I'm sold. What do I need to do? Well, you need to come here to Stamford Bridge. It's situated in the Fulham district of London. Yes, Fulham, not Chelsea. And the easiest way to get here is to actually use Fulham Broadway tube station. If you get out of here, Stamford Bridge is literally a 2-minute walk down the street. You can take buses and also drive here, but if you do drive here, there's no free parking, so bear that in mind if you are in a car. The cost to do the tours? Well, the tour actually is reasonably priced. It's £21, but I decided to get the extended classic tour, which was £26.25 or something like that. I highly recommend that for the extra £5, you actually get the classic tour. Is there anything else I need to know? Yes, the classic tour only runs once a day at 3:10. Other tours are available throughout the day, so that's not too bad. There's a security guy over there looking at me very suspiciously as if to say, well... I've just literally been kicked out of Stamford Bridge. Not because I've done anything wrong, of course, but just had some overzealous security guard.
Future in here, I actually mouth off quite significantly in this part of the video. In short, an overzealous security guard approached me. We had this conversation. Now, I was only recording this section against the wall, so I'm not entirely sure what his problem was. I didn't kick up a fuss, hence why I'm looking so cheesed off in this part of the video. And you might be saying, well, rules are rules, but I actually asked these two kind security guards if I could do this before I actually started. So it's not as if I didn't ask. So I'm not entirely sure what that guy's problem was, but it's resulted in some serious downgrade points. So, where does this rank in the hierarchy of stadium tours? It should be higher, but it's not. It only takes one person to ruin your day, but overall, him aside, I actually had a fantastic time here. If you do the tour, I still highly recommend it, and if you do get Len as your tour guide, you're in for a fantastic time. So it's competition time, and I'm giving you the chance to win this goodie bag, comprising of a Chelsea shirt of your choice in your size, keyring, lanyard, pin badge, scarf and bag, and all you have to do is follow the link in the description below and enter there. Help me out by spreading my content across the world, and hopefully win some goods at the same time. Even if the prizes aren't for you, it's a good competition to enter, so enter as many times as you like.
If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment on the comment section below, and if I get enough suggestions for more bucket list ideas, feel free to tweet them at me. If I get enough suggestions, I'll go ahead and do that. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. But guys, if you do get Len as your tour guide, honest to God, you're in for a fantastic time. I think him, Gordon at Anfield, and King David of Celtic, if you get any of these three in any of these stadium tours, I reckon you're in for a fantastic time.